Hello, and welcome to the Holistic Health and Weight Loss Podcast. I am your host, Samantha Kasbrick, a certified holistic nutritionist, mother, and wife. After struggling with my weight for over a decade and hitting rock bottom, I finally discovered the healthy way to weight loss. It is now my mission to teach women how to get healthy so they can find lasting weight loss without counting calories or going hungry. This podcast will cover topics of holistic health, weight loss, self-love, and everything in between. If you're looking for more in-depth ways I can help you reach your transformation, please send me a message on Instagram at Nutrition with Samantha, and I'd be happy to chat with you. Okay, are you ready to transform your health? Let's do this. Okay, welcome back to another episode on the Holistic Health and Weight Loss Podcast. I am so excited that you are here. I am so grateful that you are choosing to spend your time with me. And I just hope that you are enjoying these episodes and really taking things away from them to help you on your journey so that maybe you feel less alone. I love that. This is what I love about podcasts, is that I can just be in your ear while you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, and you're listening to me tell you tips and advice and recommendations on how you can be healthier and how you can lose weight in this healthy way. And maybe you're even creating healthy habits right now while you're listening to me. There's just something so special about podcasts. I love listening to podcasts, and I love listening to them while I'm cooking, while I'm cleaning, while I'm walking, sometimes while I'm working out. Sometimes that's going to be music though. Same with all of these things, sometimes podcasts, sometimes music, but I just love how kind of intimate it is, right? Like I'm right in your ear. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about just how amazing it is that you can listen to me while you're doing whatever you're doing, and it's totally free, and hopefully it is just helping you so much on your journey and just giving you that support and that someone else who understands where you're coming from and can just make it feel less alone of a journey for you. Anyway, okay. I tend to ramble, so I'm trying really hard not to ramble in these podcast episodes, but if you notice me rambling, well, you're getting the real me then, okay? We're trying not to. We're trying to be quick and concise here, but sometimes I'm going to ramble, okay? Just that's just what it is. Okay, so today I want to talk about 3 ways that you can stop feeling overwhelmed on your weight loss journey, because this is huge. I feel like everyone at some point feels overwhelmed with the nutrition and with all the information that's out there, right? Like there's so much and everybody's saying different things, and you're like, what the heck am I supposed to be doing? Like this person is saying go vegan. This person's saying eat only meat. There's so many different opinions out there. And that's the thing too with nutrition, is it's, even if we're all keeping up with our research, which hopefully the people you are following are, but research is always changing. So like there's going to be new studies today that conflict with the studies that were published yesterday, right? And hopefully we're all doing this in an honest way, but also it is quite hard to, I wouldn't say hard, but sometimes we let our beliefs get in the way, right? Like we are biased to certain things, and that's why, a vegan is really going to look at the farms that don't treat animals well and give them, these hormones, and they're going to say that is why you shouldn't eat meat. And then someone promoting the carnivore diet is going to look at, maybe not always, but they might look at, the anti-nutrients in vegetables and fruits and plant foods and say that you should avoid them because of those reasons. And it's just like, that's why I am so huge for landing in the middle. I'm just like, I love to just look at both sides and understand both sides, but then land somewhere in the middle. Because to me, that's that's just where life should be, really. Like there's all these polarizing topics, but really the truth usually lies somewhere in the middle. At least that's my opinion, that's my belief on it. And so that's where I really like to go with my nutrition advice. Yes, have veggies, they're important. Yes, have meat, it's important. And also allow for some, higher carb foods like pastas and breads. We're in the middle here. This is not a perfect restrictive diet. This is a healthy lifestyle that we are creating. I'm going to say that a lot in these episodes. Remember, you're creating a healthy lifestyle and it's not perfect, because I feel like that's so important to the journey and so important as well for not getting overwhelmed, right? Because if you don't have this strict plan that you need to follow, it's going to be less overwhelming. If you allow for mistakes, if you allow for imperfection, it's going to be less overwhelming. And that's funny. That's not even one of the tips that I'm going to give. I haven't even mentioned any of those yet. But that is another tip, is to just allow for imperfection along the way. Well, maybe it kind of fits into the third. Okay, well, let's just go here. So the first one that I want to talk about is choosing what aligns with you. And I mean, this might not come super easy to everyone. I know I sometimes wonder what the heck my gut is telling me, but if you really listen, I think you can find it. And so try to follow your gut. Just really like let all the other stuff go, and just, I mean, even as you're watching people on social media or listening to these podcasts, what feelings come up for you when you are hearing what they're saying? Are you really able to see yourself doing what they are promoting or what they are talking about? Because if you can't see yourself doing it, then you might want to choose another option. And I see too often, like I'm in Facebook groups and I watch TikTok videos, and people, they get so overwhelmed, and sometimes they're like crying while they're talking or while they're writing the post, and they're so confused and overwhelmed and so stressed out because they signed with a nutrition coach. And I even had a client actually, that I worked with. She told me about a personal trainer who she worked with previously, and he had her on this very strict diet, and she had to eat the exact same thing every single day. And it was just super strict. It didn't take into account her body, her lifestyle, anything. It was just, here's your plan. Here's your cookie cutter plan. It's super strict. It's not going to be sustainable. You're not going to be able to stick with it, but go and do it. And, you can only eat the stuff you love on cheat days. And, like it's obviously not what I promote. But my point is, if you have signed up with a plan like that, or if you have a coach who is giving you a plan like that, know that that's not how it should go. If it's overwhelming you, if the plan given to you by a professional is overwhelming you, or even that you like download it online, whatever, if it's overwhelming, then it's not going to be something you're going to be able to stick with. You're going to get too overwhelmed, too stressed out, and what happens when you get really overwhelmed, right? You're going to fail. Some people don't like that word fail. I do. I feel like when we fail, we learn something, right? As long as we keep going, failure is learning. So you can never lose. You can never really fail. You can only learn as long as you keep going and don't quit. But anyway, if you're too overwhelmed, you're not going to be able to stick with it, and you're not going to be able to do it long term. And you need to find something that you can do long term. That's going to be your key to success here. Okay. So choose something that aligns with you and something that's not going to be overwhelming to you. I know it's like 3 ways to stop feeling overwhelmed. Well, don't sign up for something that makes you feel overwhelmed, but it's true. It's like, sign up for something that's going to give you some freedom and fit with your unique situation and your lifestyle, because that's going to help you not be overwhelmed, right? Okay. So the second one, and it kind of fits into what I was talking about earlier about having this super strict plan, but don't go all in. Don't just, okay, here's all the things I need to do in order to have this perfect, healthy lifestyle and lose the weight. I'm going to just go all in, cut out all sugars, all refined grains, all trans fat, all fast food, everything I love in the world, right? And eat only vegetables and meat. And I'm not even going to eat pasta. I'm not even going to eat, like, you know what I mean? And I'm going to work out every day and I'm going to, you know, get 8 hours of sleep a night, all the things that are in your perfect healthy lifestyle plan, right? And I mean, those are all part of it, but you should not go all in and just throw all caution to the wind and do all the things at once, because that is not, again, that's going to overwhelm you, right? And that's going to set you up for failure, because when you go all in like that, you don't leave any room to ease yourself in, to get used to these certain things. And remember, we're creating healthy habits, right? If you create a couple healthy habits, that's why I'm all about baby steps. If you're taking baby steps to create these healthy habits, then you're going to be so much more successful long term. Yes, it's going to be slower in the start, but just trust the process, because it is going to work out so much better for you in the end, and it's going to give you something that you can do for the rest of your life. Creating 1 or 2 healthy habits at a time until you feel comfortable taking on the next thing, it's going to be everything, and it's going to really help you not feel overwhelmed in this journey. Okay, and the third one is to enjoy the journey. This can be quite challenging because I know you have a goal, right? And I know you see other healthy people living their best, healthiest life, and you want to be where they are. And you try to find out like how you can do it faster, and how, you know, how are they doing it? What did they do to get there? And all these things. But you're not allowing space to enjoy the actual journey. Think about this amazing journey that you're on, and think about how you're working so hard on this journey that is going to completely change your life if you do it right. Like for me, it completely transformed my whole life. Like I'm a completely different person than I was. But it didn't happen overnight, right? We're talking years. I noticed a big difference after 1 year, but I've been continually working on it, and I still work on it today. And this is 3 years later, because it's a journey. It's a lifelong journey. And it's a healthy lifestyle that you're creating, not a quick fix, not a temporary diet, not, you don't have an end goal, okay? So just get used to being on this journey and just enjoying every step of the way, like, and celebrating the tiny wins along the way. Like maybe, I mean, you can celebrate just starting. That's a fantastic one to celebrate. But you can also celebrate, you know, like I talk to people sometimes, like past clients who, like I had one who I asked her how things were going, and she told me that she didn't feel like anything was progressing. But then she went on to say 2 things that she had actually seen progress in. She didn't say it in those words, but she said, but I have cut down on my alcohol intake, and I have been cooking at home more. Okay, those are wins. You should be celebrating those, or at least acknowledging them, right? Like these are all steps toward your healthier lifestyle, right? So really allowing space to enjoy the whole journey, and also celebrating every small win along the way. And these are really going to help you get your healthy lifestyle, help you create this healthy lifestyle, this imperfect, messy, healthy lifestyle, because isn't that what life is? Imperfect and messy. Remember, we're all human beings, and I've been where you are, and I totally, totally understand where you are. And I'd be happy to talk with you about your journey. If you want to reach out to me on Instagram at Nutrition with Samantha, I would be so happy to talk to you and just talk you through any of the things that I talked about today and any challenges that come up, and we can really have an honest conversation about it. And if you're looking for a program that will help you create this healthy lifestyle without getting overwhelmed, my transformational weight loss online course would be a great place to start. It's just a self-paced online course. You can purchase it at any time. I'll put a link in the show notes, but I would really encourage you to check that out. And podcast listeners actually save some money on it. So check that out in the description and let me know if you have any questions about anything that I've talked about today or anything at all. I am always super happy to talk to you. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you can take away from it something that you can implement today. And I will talk to you again next week. I'm so grateful that you took the time to listen to this episode. If you're new around here, welcome. I cannot wait to help you with more episodes. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I really appreciate you spending your valuable time with me, and I hope I am making it worth it. If you do find value in this podcast, please share it with others. And be sure to tune in next week for a brand new episode.